Making the right decision is a skill. And today we talk about making the right move. So when you're on the football field, when you're on the basketball court, when you're in the ring, but most importantly, when you're in life, you gotta make the right move. And making the right move is making the right decision. So Tia, how do I do that? I'm gonna give you an example. I asked you if I could trust you, but because I know we live in a world with short attention spans, I need to trust you to have your undivided attention. Can I trust you? Can I trust you?
Yeah!
Okay. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to imagine, there was an article when I was in college that I read, and it was 2 sentences that changed my life. The 2 sentences read, a final verdict was made on Antonio B., age 26. He will be sentenced to life without parole, plus an additional 20 to 30 years for a weapons charge. You can open your eyes. I asked you to close your eyes because I want you to imagine, what if that person they were talking about in that article was your brother, was your mother, was your father, was your best friend? And some of you might be in that situation now. That was my brother. My brother, his name is Antonio. My brother he was unshakable. He was unflinching. Fear feared my brother. My brother was a titan, 6'1", one of the best football players in the whole state. But my brother at the same time had the kindest eyes, golden like a sunrise. My brother he was charismatic, he was funny, but one thing that my brother had, he was loyal. I remember I was 10 years old and I came home from school and I said, Antonio, I want to fight this dude. His name was David. I remember David. I said, I want to fight him. My brother said, say less, sis. I got your back. He didn't need to know the backstory. That's how loyal he was. My brother. And my brother, the age of some of you, 15. Who's 15? Who's 16? The age of some of you, getting recruited by the top universities, not in the city, the state, I'm talking the whole country. I told you, he had the body of a titan. But my brother also had a power. His power was also his weakness. And that was, he made poor decisions. See, the thing is, my brother, he's kind of like my half-brother. We have the same dad, but we have different moms. And up until the age of 6, he was raised by his mother. His mother was a drug addict. There would be strangers going in and out of the house. And my brother was raised by his siblings, who was only 9 and 10 years old. Imagine being raised by another kid. There would be times where they didn't have any food in the refrigerator, so he would have to go in the trash cans and eat to find food, until my dad stepped in and my dad took him out of that environment. My brother was a product of his environment. He was at risk. Does anybody know what it means, what risk means? Does anybody know what risk means? What does it mean? A hard decision to make. The definition of risk, it means you're exposed to danger. It means you're exposed to danger. My brother was in an environment where he was exposed to danger. He was exposed to gang members on the block. He was exposed to prostitution. He was exposed to drugs because of the environment that he was in. So how do you make the right choice when you're in that environment? I'm going to tell you. You use the power of choice. You choose. You choose to say, I'm going to get out of this environment as much as I can. I'm going to come to PALS as much as I possibly can. If they're open Monday through Sunday, I'm going to be here. Why? Because I know Coach Don's going to pour life into me. Because I know Tia Banks, the motivational speaker, is going to come here and speak life into me. I'm going to get out of that environment as much as I can. I get it. Some of you are teenagers. Tia, I ain't got no car. You just learned how to walk last week. I'm messing with you. What I'm saying is, maybe you're thinking, I don't have access to just get out of my environment. What do you have? A voice. Grandma, uncle, can you give me a ride? I know y'all know how to ask for your phone. You know how to ask to get on social media. You know the power of getting what you want. Use your voice to get you out of poor environments. Second thing, use your power of choice for the people that you surround yourself with. Your friends. Your friends influence you. They influence how you talk. They influence how you walk, the words you speak. Some of y'all up here cursing has a lot to do with the people that you hang around. Hang around people that want to see you evolve, that want to see you thrive. So use your power of choice. And sometimes it ain't easy to make that choice. Sometimes it's the hard choice. It's not the most popular. But if you really want to be successful in life, then you got to make the hard choice. Choose the right people. And last but not least, this is my favorite one. Choose the right mindset. It sounds so easy. It might sound pretty cliche, but when you're raised in a poor environment, you're not exposed to the right mindset. When you hang around the wrong people, you're not exposed to the right mindset. So what do? You say, I'm going to choose the mindset that's going to help me elevate and evolve. No matter how I'm raised, no matter the environment, I'm going to get around people that will help me with that. Now back to my brother, and I'm going to close the story out here really soon. I know what you're thinking. Like, Tia, how do I choose the right mindset? Everybody here is a boxer. So y'all ever heard of the combination? Like a combination hit? All right, a combination in life means you use offense and defense. So you got a jab, you got a hook, and you got a slip. You used offense, and then you use defense. Your offense and defense in life is paying attention to the music that you listen to because it influences you. Your offense and defense of life means sometimes you'll have to say no to peer pressure so that you can walk on a path of leadership. There are some hard choices that you'll have to make, but most importantly, the power of choice is getting out of the wrong environments, staying away from the wrong people, and building the right mindset. Now, I know you're thinking like, Tia, no disrespect, your brother got caught slipping. That's not gonna be me. I'm too good for that. But let me tell you, what I didn't tell you in that story, and what I read was that he was 26 years old. He was doing a decade of crime, and he didn't get caught until he was 26. Your decisions dictate your destiny, and they will catch up to you. So it's so important that you make the right ones. And here's one thing. I want you to catch this. My brother didn't get caught slipping. In fact, when he allegedly robbed this man, he wasn't alone. There were 2 other men with him, men that were his friends, and they were armed, allegedly. And they all ambushed this house, robbed and killed a man, allegedly. But when it came time for the investigators to find out who committed the crime, the investigators went to those 2 men. And those 2 men that were my brother's friends, the one that he was loyal to, they turned their back on my brother. And they testified against him so that they could get a lesser charge. And guess what? They're out of prison. And my brother will never see the light of day outside of prison walls. Nor will he ever see his 2 kids outside of prison walls. See, the decisions that you make, they don't just affect you. They affect the people around you. Even though my brother is held captive in prison, he's now the leader of a church. He got his GED. He started his associate's degree. He works, and he's an umpire, and he's a referee. He's well respected. He's brilliant. He's so smart. He reads books more than I do. But he's smart, and he's on path to writing his very first book. Can you clap it up for my brother? Can you clap it up for maybe your loved one? If you have a loved one in prison? Because one thing is, even though he's physically held captive, he is free in his mind. And it's all about your mindset. I'm so glad that he finally decided to make the right decisions. I want to end with this quote. The greatest evil is convincing people that they have no choice. I'm just here to remind you, you have a choice. You always have a choice. And I ask you, choose to fight. Choose to fight against generational curses. Choose to fight against teenage pregnancy. Choose to fight against addiction and drug abuse. Choose to fight and make the right decision. That is how you make the right move. I thank y'all for your time, and that is a mind over mountains mentality.